sloppy from Kinguin, I have to say. Weren't really forced to commit one by one at that stage. They almost opened up the window of opportunity for VP to get back in that round, but the 2v1, there's a little bit of a task there for Bialy. Can't finish the job off. It will be 4-3. Kinguin still around back. You see the force fight coming in the turn. This is like a replay from before. Furlan's attempt at that big clutch situation. So the buy comes in for VP. 1-4, a couple of UMPs, CZs, and PT50s. The problem is, VP are so scary in these situations, and you can see Taz now trying to be a little bit creative here with the boost, get that first kill in their favor, then they can fall back and see what the UMPs can do. But the UMPs probably comes in for VP. 1-4, a couple of UMPs, CZs, and PT50s. The problem is, VP are so scary in these situations, and you can see Taz now trying to be a little bit creative here with the boost, get that first kill in their favor, then they can fall back and see what the UMPs can do. But the UMPs probably comes in for VP. 1-4,
walk in and
UMPs,
to the left,
CZs,
cover off barrels, and then swing wide and
VP
overlook his position. That's not going to work, but Spiro, meanwhile, is going to be the distraction onto A. Single smoke. Just try and hold them off inside of the site, buy space for his teammates. As Snacks and Pasha start to push up the front bathroom, they're going to realize that Spiro's alone. There's not much else in terms of activity out in front of the bathrooms itself, so Pasha and Snacks can hold Taz and Bialy over at B with information alone, and Bialy again just waiting to see if this will be overlooked, but they swing in, they peek it, Mouse finds them. It's going to be Taz that has to follow up, spray them down on the way through, but only one before he's blinded. Spiro, again, the salesman, is able to take down Neo, so that's one less in the rotations, and without guns, it's really all about economic damage again for Virtus.Pro at this point in time. Little nifty boost. I'd go for the window boost right there. Why not?
Well, you've only got the UMP, so a little bit of a long range, but yeah, certainly a viable option. I think at this point, is saving these little bits of weaponry they have is probably going to be the stronger option going forward. But Spiro there, like he said, the salesman towards A. A lot of pressure on his shoulders against Neo there as well. Could have gone either way. If he goes down, certainly gives VP an option to go for the retake at that point, but he nails the shot. Will be 4 players surviving for Kinguin. They want to make sure all 4 players stay alive here as well. But Snacks, he's got one in his crosshair. He's known to be a little bit stabby at times. Might be going for the knife here. He gets $600 for the UMP kill, and he will be taking it at that point. There's a knife's not going to be possible. Upgrades to an AK, and that's pretty decent overall. He manages to get an AK-47, and I could have juggled back the UMP to his teammate, but obviously wasn't communicating in time. And we'll be round number 9 here, 5-3. Looking at the cash for VP, it's a very similar situation than before. The force didn't really work out for them. Another eco, but Snacks, Matthew, with an AK-47, can certainly put on the show for us, and we'll see what he can do here. He's got an AK, head armor, and all the grenades required, so he's going to have to go a little bit more aggressive here. He's got the screen right now towards middle. Normally can smoke on those steps, jump above them. It's normally an AWP's position, but in this sort of scenario, maybe he can make something happen with the AK-47. No AWP's purchase at all yet on either side as we hit round number 9.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's kind of peculiar. It's just the way that the game has balanced itself.
Yeah, it's been a rough game in terms of money from both sides. No one's really run away with this yet.
Yeah. As long as they don't get caught for tax evasion, everything will be fine. Spiro's going to hold off to make sure the push gets caught. Taz does. Second player realizes that's probably not the best idea, so Bialy will hold the station while Furlan goes to work on Neo. Rollin closes out on Snacks, and now it's just between a rock and a hard place for Virtus.Pro's position of aggression. Pasha goes down. Last but not least, this will start to build up a bit of a panic for Kinguin. 5 staying alive.
Absolutely. That's another clean round for them, and still, VP can't get himself in a situation where they can get Pasha, who's been the main AWP for the last month or so. He can't get the AWP still. You can see not a single kit purchased. Still lacking those grenades as well. Team Kinguin in a fantastic position here to keep applying the pressure. This default into execution seems to be working out quite nicely for them. Haven't seen Virtus.Pro really adapt their game. I wanted to see them get a little bit more aggro. Sending 3 players towards long. Okay, this could be it. Pasha and Snacks. Maybe a crossfire baited in by Neo at this point. We'll see what happens. He's been running straight in there. There it is. Snacks gets that first kill. Man advantage. He takes quite a lot of damage there, but that's what they wanted. They know these rounds have been rough for them. I did state at the beginning of the game, they're known for this ruthless aggression on this map, and finally, we're starting to see it.
Snacks. It's going to play with Pasha. All M4 A1Ss with the exception of Pasha. It's not necessarily, and Pasha goes down, speaking of, trying to get information, going out completely dry, but it's not something we talk about as much anymore. Remember, there was the buff for the A1S, different recoil patterns, obviously the bullets. Some of that's kind of died off, but it's still an interesting thought with the tracer advantage. I still find there's instances that it's necessary to mention is it's going to be all Kinguin again in this gun round. They've only lost Mihu to start things, and are so good, I have to say. Continuing that way, Furlan's going to get Bialy. VP starting to look desperate for information.
Yeah, well, they have to be. They get that first kill again, but Kinguin, you have to say, Matt, we've been following this team for a while. They've been through many different names, like Dobrin, Gaming, Kinguin. There's one other org I'm forgetting as well, but they've been around a while. They've always had great individual players, and they're just winning the duels right now as well. Virtus.Pro get that first man advantage, but Kinguin work together, get the pick back, and they wait for the rotations to come in. Like I said, Virtus.Pro with no nades or kits have to work a little bit harder, get some map control here, get them information to work with. Kinguin just mowing them down at every opportunity. Now Neo will be the solo player for VP at this point. It's 4 players surviving for Kinguin. No real reason to hunt. We've kind of theorized this before. Allowing players to save when they're crushed economy like this, you can actually force in, especially teams like VP who have been known to do a lot of force buys, the SMGs and the shotguns. You let them save an M4 with the loss bonus getting to the place it is. You almost want them to save the M4 to tempt them to force buy, right? So you want to keep your money strong. You've got low HP players. Just let them save the M4. It's fine. See if they are going to be wasting their money further. As Kinguin do take the round in the end. Neo will be surviving. And this is starting to get a little bit interesting. Certainly still a CT-sided map in Kinguin. The underdogs, although in their last encounter, it was WESG, and that was over in China. A big event for Virtus.Pro. We thought they were going to take one of the largest prize pools.
Shenzhou?
Yes,
I think
right.
that's correct.
One of the largest prize pools we've ever had in CSGO. Well,
the largest prize pool.
Was it
It was the largest prize pool.
And it was a team, it was a tournament mixed up of like almost mixed teams. And VP were going to run away with that and get that easy money. But
to clarify, it was mixed teams only due to the fact that it was the rules. It was anything but mixed teams, in fact, of nationality. You had to play with 5 countrymen. As such, VP was one of the only teams that could go out of the pro circuit. Right now, some of the Swedish teams could, but it's not for you. Virtus.Pro just throwing everything at it with the pistols, I have to say. But yeah, you would have expected them being one of the only teams that could field a set 5 that's in the bag. And instead, it was in the bin.
yeah, Envious took that one as one of the final
North
tournaments.
pulled out of that as well. Then one of the shape right up before the major. They would have had to play with AZ, who interestingly enough is now in that.
They didn't attend, right?
That's right. They won the EU qualification stages, of which Russia beat Virtus.Pro to finish 3rd in that as well. And yet chose not to attend the event to prep for the major. Now, they did make it into a legendary spot, so you could argue that is justified. But another team that could have picked up, I think the winning team potted, I should say, 800,000 alone.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts.
So
well then,
that would have been big.
Matthew, you finally get some AWPs. It's happening.
Yeah, I don't like those guns. I was kind of enjoying the lack of them.
Well, it's a double orb setup, and it's getting pretty rough for VP. They're a maximum loss bonus now, I believe, as well. I'm just going to confirm. Yeah, 5 in a row. Means $3,400 coming in. So at that point, double orb setup. Neo, who used to be the main AWPer, and Pasha, of course, who is the main AWPer at the moment. They will be rolling with these weapons, and I think it's about time. Snax uses that little smoke there. What a nice angle. Someone can just walk into his crosshair. He knows it as well. Could be a bit of a misplay, and looking for the first frag. Takes some damage, though. He's been spotted, but somehow he always recovers. Down to 9 HP as he takes one down.
That's off. Furlan gets pushed forward. He'll shut the door behind him immediately after, and throws his own fire bottle of flames in toward the barrels, and Neo slips out with an AWP in hand. Shot from Bialy. Oh, nice shot that time around, though, with the AWP inside of the site from Neo. It's going to have to go the other way because Snax gets taken down. He's going to have to rotate over, and Furlan still has an AK. He's doing massive work. 3rd kill now for him as Neo falls. Bomb's not in his possession. That's the biggest problem out of all of this because he's got a minute still to work with. HP on 18, and he's going to try and rotate around, catch them off by getting in through A and coming down the stairwell. Now, is this too predictable?
Well, it's pretty much all he can do, right? He might as well try and do something a little bit nifty. He has made it over there relatively quickly, but around this point, I'd be calling, okay, guys, let's get ourselves in a crossfire. We know what the bomb is. We can even allow him to get onto the site. So the amount of time he's going to waste at this point, he won't have time to go to the other point. Just wait for him to plant, and we'll take him together. And you see them adjusting right now. That's all they'll be discussing. Bialy, you go and watch the entrance. Taz covers Monster Tunnel. Nice crossfire setup, eradicating a lot of risk at this point. Perfect. That's all they need to do. And now they know he can't actually go to the other side with the bomb. So wait for him to touch it. Attack them together.
Oh, and there it is. Bialy's ready for it. So pretty straightforward. 8-4. Virtus.Pro finally getting another round. Double op setup, part of it, but Snax going down on the B side as fast as he was, and in an awkward situation, it wasn't necessarily the most effective. Only one of them was able to pick up the kill on Neo. Goes to the scout in this situation.
An interesting decision. The scout comes out. He's certainly very good at the weapon. I just don't think Overpass is one of the strongest scout maps. There's opportunities towards long. Not so much in B to have those jumping potential. I guess you can jump yourself up and have some boost going on over the wall and stuff. But regardless, Pasha needs towards middle, using that smoke, as I pointed out before, to get that first pick. Takes down Raven, and that's the job done. CT's being aggressive at the start. Your objective is to get that first kill. We can keep 5 players alive. Exactly what they're doing right now. Fall back and allow the terrorists to make the next move. You've done the hard work at this point.
shot from Bialy. I was about to say Mouse swings wide at the right time, but the flash wasn't there. He might have had a chance to win the duel instead, but it's Bialy that does prevail. Now fall away ever so slightly on the Kinguin side, getting a little more shy. Still a chance to pull this half back for Virtus.Pro, considering I would have expected it to be a more convincing game, but it's always interesting when we see the Poles play. Any teams play, the Danes, French coming up after this as well, head-to-head.
It's a really good game.
Nice shot from Pasha, takes down Spiro, and all that's left, all that remains is just two players, Furlan and Mihu. They're going to try and work out toward Long and Bomb. Likely to go that direction, or do they have to split up in this situation? I say split, try and find picks each and individually, because execution with two, not really ideal. Goes for the AWP, that's going to drop the AK down, and I think at this point, 32 seconds, that AWP backing away. Unless he finds a pick in bathrooms, which he does, I would consider saving on to that, because money is getting grinded off of the T side. They've got a round still to buy, but play the long game, considering this could go 8-7 if they're not careful. Taz, though, taking Mihu down, and Furlan's going to have to sit back. 14 seconds, I'd say that's done. Tries to go for another shot, 32 HP tagged up, and if you look at the mini-map, it's a race to the back of the rocks, and immediately around the corner, Pasha's going to arrive. This is smart.
Yeah, they actually want to do this. If he dies after the timer, they're going to pounce on him now. You can see everyone jumping around the corners. They want to take him down. Perfectly done. He does get a kill on towards Neo, but he only had the AK, so that's not a huge deal. And you can see that's reflected now. The money's going to be a little bit lower now. But to be fair, there was money available for Kinguin. So they should be able to get a full buy, even after the full investments. Be Ryland left over with 4,600 residual dollars there. So he's absolutely fine. Pasha 6 on the AWP himself. Not going to have that double orb setup this time. Round number 14, Virtus.Pro getting himself back into this one. They're going to pick up these last couple of rounds here. But there's more aggression once again. It's going to be Pasha this time. Got some players on his left, and they do give their position away, but he decides better of it. Falls back, and Spiro looking to challenge. You can hear him falling back there. Large footsteps being made.
Nade out toward the long position. Rollin will jump on the flower bed. How dare he trample such beautiful work done by the community. Pasha, meanwhile, flashed off and flames in front. He's going to have to play a slightly different angle with the AWP. As he gets out toward the bathroom alone, Neo back toward the bank stairs is well removed from supporting Pasha, and they're actually quite close together. They're going to hear him running out of the bathroom position, but Furlan himself is alone and doesn't want to risk it. Neo found by Rollin, though, opens up long, and this will encourage an attack from Kinguin.
This is nice work from Kinguin. They managed to negate that initial aggression coming in from Virtus.Pro. That's been a problem for them. So Pasha or Snacks finding that first kill. Execution game coming in at this point. The smokes and Molotovs have been dropped. The bombs towards long. They're trying to pull the rotations in. They don't necessarily have to commit, and it's going to be Spiro finding another frag. At this point, definitely going to go for it. He finds 2 frags on the entry there. 5 on 2. Pretty much impossible round number. Taz has found a little bit of a gap in that smoke. We'll be pushing through. Here's the reload. Nails a shot as well. Could deny the bomb. Not meant to be. Spiro takes him down. Round over. As Bialy tries to do what he can, but it'll just be 1 kill as Kinguin pick up number 9 there. Virtus.Pro should be struggling for cash. Yeah, I think it's round number 15. You can see on the screen right now. Pistols, shotguns, SMGs. Not necessarily a problem for the likes of Snacks. He actually sometimes prefers a shotgun. Even when he has like 10 grand, he'll buy a Max 7 sometimes. He'll be picking out the Deagle on this occasion, though.
Push out of spawn with an AWP in their hands against pistols. Could make this 10-5. We were close at one point when it was 8-4 that I thought it might have gone to 8-7. Mouse makes a little bit of an entrance toward the construction position. They hear that coming and he backs away. Flash timing is well placed because that AWP was promising, and Bialy with the M4 already crossed over. Look at the start for Virtus.Pro. Pistols finding 2, AK grab for Pasha. And they have a man advantage, but Pasha's dropped said AK. Snacks now has to wield it instead. If I'm not mistaken, Snacks as well is down at the bottom of that stairwell, leaving the A side open and with only Neo on that site. However, Kinguin's gone the other direction, so Spiro's kill was much desired as he takes down Bialy inside of the site, flashes and smokes off toward the bags as well. Knows they're going to be that direction, but Snacks goes in with the AK anyway. Mouse takes him down to the grave, and it's going to be Mouse to follow that up, but he's still got problems because Neo's chasing him down. He has bomb, and his teammate is well removed from the action. And it's only 28, so that P250 could have worked. However, he gets away, at least for now, 47 seconds, and Neo's going to go hunting with the M4 picked up.
Yeah, the problem is Neo, one of the scariest players to be up against in these sort of scenarios.
He could catch him as well. His teammate's already inside of the A site calling clear. Neo's rotated in the perfect position to go mid. But Mouse is smart to go long because he knows that means Neo could likely have done so. It takes the threat away, at least for now. The problem is the timing inside of the site right now. Roland's gone back toward the stairs, which means Neo's going to hear Mouse coming down from long any second. The jump will confirm that. He's just sitting and waiting. Bomb goes down. 16 seconds. Just has to get in a safe position. He knows as well that Roland's likely inside the site, hence why the call was made to rotate, and a nice clutch back from Neo in the end.
Just perfect. Every single time. He just knows exactly what he's going to do. You can see his entire thought process playing out there. He gets information. He hears the footsteps towards long time ticking away. It's likely to be the bomber as well. Nails that last shot, and he gives VP another lifeline there. 9-6 in favor of Kinguin. Second half certainly will be interesting. We'll take a quick break. Do not go anywhere.
Once again, things seem to be off-kilter inside of the Pro League. It's Virtus.Pro that trail early on. A decent bit of momentum in the middle portion of the half, but it's 9-6 for Kinguin.
Yeah, they're looking hot right now. It's the T side as well, doing a decent job, getting 9 rounds there. He did win the pistol, and a very interesting half. Quite unorthodox, I have to say. It was around 9/10 we saw the first AWP come out. Very rare on Overpass, but still an exciting game. We did say Kinguin, a lot of firepower in this Polish force, and the home derbies are always very interesting. Last time these guys met, it was Team Kinguin walking away 2-0 with some big leads as well. And there's a second blue balloon, Matthew.
Someone must have blown it up in warm-up. That's what happened.
Well, there you go.
Did you know that the bottles were standing up and then fell over? Too? No, I swear. Can we reset the map?
Yeah.
Reset. I swear that's what happened.
I think we are live. So let's stop the nonsense and get into it. It will be Spiro going aggressive there towards middle, but VP are going to be hunting him down with those Glocks, using the smoke to take the vision away from the CTs. Pasha not wasting any time hunting for intel here. It looks like they'll be going very quickly indeed. They might slow the pace down a little bit here. They were trying to strike on the CTs. They were pushed maybe a little bit past their comfort zone at that stage. So let's have a quick look at the buy while we're there. So Kinguin, they've got 4 sets of armor, 1 smoke and a kit. That's maybe a little bit of ninja defuse potential there, getting on that smoke on the bomb and then trying to do what you can. And in terms of VP, they've got 1 smoke remaining and 2 flashbangs, but they have got the long control in the form of Pasha bicep. So he'll be trying to show pressure towards that side of the map, but he's not giving in just yet. As I say that though, Snacks strikes, of course, taking down Spiro.
Success to start. All in though with the pistol's going to try and look long. P2000 for him. The US dash P. Hyphenated P. So looking toward bathrooms, lovely shot from Snacks. That's why you do not want him to pick up a USP silence in the pistol round, because he's going to punish you all with it. Furlan goes down as well. Tazzle back nose bombs clear to be planted. He'll take the safety of just going around the backside of the boxes, even though that smoke is down at the pistol round. People can push through, and missed shots can cost quite a bit of dear security in that sense as Pasha starts to look back toward the stairs. Mouse will hit him. It's still a decent situation. There is a kid up. Mouse has recovered that early. 1 versus 3 now for Mouse because his teammate Mihu looked to the left, anticipating someone to be close. They weren't, and it's Virtus.Pro again to close out this round. And I say again, they did not win the first pistol, but they did win the last of the first half.
Well then, Virtus.Pro, it's going to be snacks, of course. Like he said, once he gets a silenced USP, he can get absolutely godlike. And he manages to find 3 kills. You can see him getting aggressive. They wanted the 4th, but you kind of hit those kind of shots in a pistol round. You get that confidence. You feel untouchable. That's why he wants to keep going for it. And why not? He's hitting those kind of monstrous shots. Might as well see if he can keep going. But it's going to be a force buy in return. Not necessarily sure I agree with that one from Kinguin. We saw how that damaged VP going forward. You have a lack of utility, you don't have the AWP, and certainly when you're the underdog with a lead like this, I would say maybe just try and focus on the gun rounds here. But they're going to go through it with the CZs, PD50s, and a flashbang as well. No kits, not a heavy investment. It's not a full force, but I think they have a little bit of residual cash. So yeah, Miles, he's got $1,000. A couple of the other guys with 400 as well. So it's a bit more than a full investment. We'll see what happens here as we get into round number 2. 2 AKs for Virtus.Pro, 3 UMPs. Big talking point of CSGO right now, Matt. Those UMPs seem to be a common trend right now. Some players can use them almost like rifles in certain situations.
Well, you know, we always need something to complain about. It's been a while since we've had something desperately broken.
It's not like it's just like they've been unearthed. People have realized the potential. Yeah. It's not like they've been buffed to a crazy amount.
I don't even think that it's been unearthed. I actually think there's some truth in what I said. There's been a lot of issues that have masked and become the priority, which becomes the focal point.
Yeah.
That have kind of masked the fact that they're so powerful. They've been that way for a while. 2 things happened. One is what I mentioned. There's nothing really masking it right now. And secondly, people have definitely grown accustomed to it and are using them more frequently. Nice flashback in as Furlan will take down the alley at Monster. He was alone on B, though, and he does discover that there's at least 2, in fact, 3 over toward that site. But Roland, he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about being off on rotation points. He cares about kills alone. It's Pasha to pull them back. In a 3 versus 3, it's Furlan in behind the truck. Can't transition because there's a gap in the smoke, and Pasha's going to close up on that. Pasha closes with 4, and Taz gets 1 in between his last 2, and it's just a 1-point game.
Well. Virtus.Pro losing the first couple of frags there, but do recover in the end. The SMGs striking towards the A site, and Kinguin can't do anything about it. They managed to get a little bit more money for the kills they picked up there, $300 a piece, but actually it's a little bit less for the CZ, I beg your pardon. But it's round number 3 now, and it's pretty much a full eco. Miles brings out another CZ, a couple of USPs here and there, and a PT1000 for Allen. Not really much they can do. Most teams will stack towards B, maybe flash over, hope for the best, but they haven't even got that to work with. So just going to see if they can find a couple of kills here or there. Mouse will be pushing off towards short, but this is how you should be playing the anti-eco situations, holding back at the start, get a bit of map intel like Neo is doing just now, go towards long. That's the best place to go. Obviously, you've got the AK. There's no real reason as to why you can actually be taken down at this point. So, oof, Spiro, get out of there. Taking down to 6 HP to kick things off.
Spiro gets tagged out and then taken down in completion as he tries to get away to a safer place. There isn't one that exists. Pasha will start to work up the UMP. Tags going to him, but from far range, he now picks up a 5th kill in the last 2 rounds. And keep in mind, all of those were on the UMP. So Pasha, he's rolling in it right now. 5,300 going into the next round. It's only Miles remaining at the bottom of connection point.
Yeah,
so it's at the bottom. He's on the stairs, but
3250 on top of that as well. He'll be rolling in cash for the next round. So very likely, considering he died this round as well, to bring out the AWP. Like I said, the CTs certainly can afford one. It might be glass cannon though. I think we've got one player who's got a bit more cash than the other. I think it was Miles who said a bit more, maybe Mihu. But they should better get a glass cannon regardless. And this is the problem with those force by in the second round. That's why I say I make a point. When you're the underdogs and you have that sort of advantage, I'd rather win the game in the gun rounds and taking a chance in those second rounds and trying to get the force by wins. Sure, they can work out, but for me, like as an in-game leader, I think that's the way the game's going to be slowly shifting towards, trying to save that money going in the big gun rounds, especially on the CT side. But there we go. Mouse for the CZ. If he can save that AK, that would be tremendous for him. That would actually help repair the damage done in that second round.
Snacks doesn't really want to let him do that, though, does he, Henry? Because he's already chasing down, and that's also funneling him back over toward where Neo wants to go. Oh, I say that. I actually misread. I thought Neo was on the corner at Fountain. He's down below. But he'll get on his horse to get quickly at the top of mid-connection, and the aim punch clearly a factor as Mao's shot to the stars, but again, won't be joining Astralis. He's stuck in Virtus.Pro's B team.
Well, last time these guys met, he did beat them, so you know what? He doesn't mind. So this is the problem I'm talking about. You can see no kits at all for the CT side. They do have grenades, but no AWP. And as we kind of predicted, Pasha, of course, goes down with a lot of money. He spent 7 grand in this round, picks up the AWP and gets all the grenades required as well. So they're going to have the advantage going forward here. Once again, when you notice he's coming in, maybe Kinguin decided to go a little bit aggressive here, but they're actually going to be holding back. I think Chad touched on this in the pre-game. They're quite a passive team on the CT side. We'll see whether they actually decide to show their hand with any sort of boost or anything, but for now, it's going to be quite an open map for VP. They don't have to expend too much utility, and long is completely open as well. So flash goes over. No confrontation to speak of whatsoever, and that's going to be great for them. At this point, another flash can be used. Pasha maybe boost himself into flower beds. Wants to clear out long as well. Full execution going to be a real potential here.
Definitely is. Taz has already cleared out the close corner as well to make sure there's no one that can catch them off. Furlan's playing the same position we saw Pasha play on round 2 in this gusset on the side. And they aren't going to check it. Taz, gun barrel showing. Again, he goes early, though, and it's an immediate trade. It is common that the second player's in obligation is often to check the off angle, so Neo may have spotted him either way. But sometimes you have to wonder if those plays can materialize, if at least he can get a shot into Neo knowing he's there. But either way, it doesn't matter. He's gone. The situation's behind us. It's water under the bridge.
It's nuts how overlooked that tight corner seems to be almost every single time we see. You think, sure, they're going to check it this time. But the thing is, you've got so many angles to check on the site. Sometimes it's worth taking the risk to get that entry kill. You're sneaking in. It's unlikely the CD's going to be there. So you understand the reasoning behind it. Bialy, he's towards B by himself. And that's a massive problem now. It's a 4-on-2. Bialy has control of the site. And Pasha just continues to apply the pressure here. Another AWP shot coming in him. And a clean sweep for VP. Just losing one player there. Looked very comfortable throughout. And you can see Kinguin there. No AWP themselves. No kits, never looked comfortable there. Very passive round, and VP full default, get that long control, find the picks, trading successfully, and Bialy just a thorn in their side towards B. He's so good at that, times it to perfection as well. He finds a kill, stays alive. CDs have no idea what's going on, and it will be another eco. It's Virtus.Pro take the lead, 10-9 on the terrorist side here. The CZs, P250s, couple of flashbangs. This is what I was talking about. These rounds are quite common. You want to be normally throwing a stack towards B, maybe trying to split towards their sewers area, flash over, and Mouse with this flash in his hand right now. See if they can catch Bialy with his pants down, but right now he'll be towards T-spawn, holding it very passively. They know the pistol's going to be in hand for Kinguin. I'm about to say the poles, but this is, of course, Polish.
Doesn't really work.
No, does not work whatsoever.
Furlan wants the shot so dearly with the deagle. My favorite in that regard was when Robert Kubica qualified pole in Formula 1. It was the pole on pole.
Okay. That was my favorite.
Flash in, trying desperately to take down Spiro. Will do so with the AK, but has to watch out for Roland rotating back in as he catches Taz. Robert Kubica, probably the second best driver of the modern era, despite his injury. Fernando Alonso being the best, of course. It's Mihu catches Pasha. Lovely headshot, low HP as well. That's palmed down. He's done decent work because there's a gun there as well. Mihu's got an AWP, and Furlan's just taking out stacks, leaving Bialy to try and clutch this back. Mihu on that op has brought it back down toward the connector as well, which means he can start to watch off where Bomb is with it more effectively. And Furlan's timing, despite being low on HP, could be everything. And Bialy's not going to check that, leaving him alive in the equation for late as well. Without the information, the confrontation I expected to happen. The crosshair placement was almost perfect if we looked at it. Bialy's got to solve this riddle of an AWP, and it's just gone around the corner. It peeks back out, and a well-won round from Team Kinguin.
Well, there it is. Mihu with 3 kills there. P250 work, looking tremendous there towards the bathroom. Drops the bomb, picks up the AWP as well, and his teammate watching his back. So it looked a little bit scary at Bialy's position, but Mihu turns around just in time with the AWP and gets Kinguin back in this game. That was an eco win for them and ties things up at 10-10. They go to the double AWP setup now, and it's going to be an AWP out for Pasha as well, but double AWP, very interesting this map, means you can have one static AWP like the turret towards long, and someone a little bit more dynamic, go towards Monster Tunnel, push off towards short. Spiro, like I said, he'll be towards that long A position, and Mihu, he's that more dynamic role, actually running through the flames there, which is actually quite an audacious move. You can see how much damage that actually cost him, looking towards connector now, but not going to find anything just yet.
No, indeed not. It's a shot from Spiro. Taz running directly into it. Dodges out the flash as well. It was thrown a little bit late to when the peak was, so it was a free shot. Watch me. Oh, on the other side, timing. Was it Crouch that caught him off? Because I think he stood and it just got caught off by the edge of the tunnel. As such, it's gone back to a 4 versus 4. Pasha's still looking for another shot, an additional shot in behind the APC at Bank. That covered off by Spiro. His crosshair placement had the head lined up, but not fast enough in that sense. situation, and Spiro inside of the site with 2 kills now. The only 2 for his team will back away. His job done. No need to overcommit. They can't give away this lead.
Yeah, well, he's got the 4-on-3. No real reason to face out once again. Time ticking away as well. Allow VP to make the next move at this stage. So Rylan, though, he's in towards Connector as well. But Bialy, these are the important players right now. Rylan and Bialy. Who's going to strike first? And Bialy in a perfect position. Gets the headshot as well. Opens up that B side. There it is. Like I said, these 2 players, very important indeed. They go toe-to-toe just then. Now a 2-on-2.
He's going to scoop the bomb up as well on his way back over toward the B side. It's Furlan inside of it. Oh, timing is everything. Spots it coming in from the sandbags, but looks away. And this gives room to Virtus.Pro inside of the site. Snacks up close. Makes no mistake, absolutely obliterating his opponent with the AWP, and he'll do the same to the opposition op as Spiro goes down on arrival.
Down to Bialy and Snacks. It was Bialy's position, like I was pointing out, though they were the really key players in that position. As soon as Bialy knows he has to make something happen there, waits for the CD to make a mistake, nails that first shot, B side is open, and his teammates rotate in. A little bit of confrontation there. 2-on-2 situation, but that shot from Snack, the headshot from the AWP was just absolutely stellar. And it will be 11-10, a back and forth game, and with no loss bonus accumulated. And Kinguin only finding 1 round this half so far. They will be force buying into this fully. 2 M4s, some pistols, a couple of smokes to work with, but it's a bit of a desperate buy here. Might as well see if they can once again do something with the CZs. Worked out before. That's pretty much the only round they've picked up so far. Well, indeed, the only round is with the Deagles and the pistols. So it's a better buy. Maybe it'll work out again.
Furlan waiting to try and flash straight up and use the trunk of the tree to disguise it on its flight pattern. What is this, Rollin? I want whatever boots he's wearing. Never mind Yeezys. Those are way sexier because they just keep him alive inside flames, apparently. As he peeks out, Snacks expects that to be completely empty, vacant of anyone. I'll have to review it and question how to throw that again, or maybe make sure it goes deeper next time because he gets taken down. It is traded back, inevitably, but I do like it.
Here we go. It's starting to get interesting now. Furlan finds the kill on Pasha as well. The AWP going down. They have the man advantage, and they might be able to recover a weapon as well. Good flashbang utilization there from the CTs. Nice synergy. Miles getting flashed in by his teammate. Doesn't find anything, but it works out. There's no terrorist occupancy there for now. So, Furlan, he has got the rifle in the correct position as well, delaying them as he smokes off towards long A.
And he's going to go back to the spot? No. Okay, good. I wouldn't dare try and use that twice. Instead, take advantage of his smoke awareness. Try and use the gap, but a flash comes through it. Doesn't expect that. Taz learning from his teammate Snacks as he pops through, takes down his opponent, but then gets caught out by Spiro, leaving it just to Neo. No flash in. Immediate shots. Actually trying to catch them off before that flash bloom, but Spiro holds true, and we go to 11-11.
Well, the force buy works out. Those 2 M4A4s, some CZs, P250s, and somehow Kinguin, it works out for them. Like you said, that Molotov at the start was pretty crucial. If Nearest finds that first player, gets them out of position, there's no trade there, they have the man advantage, they more than likely win that round. That's a real small nuance that actually is really vital there to allow them to get that first frag. And then Kinguin, they can actually make those rifles work. Pasha goes down with the AWP towards long by himself. He's forced to almost commit at that point, needs to get the frag back in their favor. And at that point, Virtus.Pro give it away, and he can see, well, you can't see, but I can see the money is a little bit lower now, but it's going to be a match pause. So, tactical pause. For VP, I'm assuming. This is an online game match, so we can't go into too much detail as to the buys and everything like that, like we normally do, because you never know who's listening, you know? You've got to be careful online, CS.
I'm always listening, Henry, and so I am part of both Anonymous and Illuminati, so yeah, I would be careful if I were you.
Yeah, it's just for anyone who's wondering what to talk about. Normally at LAN, obviously in booths, I have soundproof headsets, and we can talk about the buyers and when I can speculate as to what they're going to do. I don't do that as much on online because I don't want to give anything away. We need to make sure it's completely fair for everyone, you know. But it will be the unpause coming in, and we are back into it. So it will be an eco coming from VP. They're going to have PG-50s here. Desert Eagles, smoke, and a flashbang. And Neo's got a little Molotov as well. So maybe they've got a tiny execution ready for us. See if they can get anything going. And no AWP available for Kinguin this time. They have got AKs, M4s, and Furlan. He's running the economy quite nice. Picks up the SMG. He'll be the one being a little bit more aggressive. There he is towards short. Trying to get that first frag and see if he can farm a bit of extra cash there with the lesser weaponry.
Furlan, meanwhile, throws out a smoke towards sandbags, which has an atrocious gap that I could fit a transport truck through, but given the angle, 90 degrees on entry, it doesn't really reveal that much as Snack starts to walk in with a P250. And we'll try and hold him off with an M4, a couple of nades, but throwing the nades, they allow Snacks up close. That doesn't really amount to much. Aside from a bit of damage, the nades do get one kill in the end as they doubled them down. It's all on Passion, I think. It's a nice sound, isn't it, when you hear that helmet dink? It's very rewarding. Unfortunately, when you exactly. Well, that and if you see the kill feed show up.
Sure.
Right after, if you see the name arrive in your top right screen.
So then, we go into round number 9. It's just been a very back and forth game. It was Kinguin opened things up, looking very strong. Virtus.Pro closed the gap, but some chance rounds from Kinguin there. The pistol victories and then the force by wins as well. I've got them in a situation where they can almost taste the lead at this point in terms of the victory, but it will be another interesting buy from Virtus.Pro. 4 AKs, Snacks with the UMP. Very limited in terms of utility, but let's see what Snacks can do with the lesser weaponry. He's going to be going towards Connector right now, challenged by Furlan once again. This will be an early exchange, but Mouse is there to back him up, and Taz wrapping things up, takes down Mouse. And maybe gonna assume they're going to go towards the B side at this point. You see the bomb towards Monster, and that's smoke to lock down any rotations there.
Taz going to sit tight at sandbags. Furlan searching desperately with the UMP. Taz actually walks right into Mihu, doesn't even spot him, so he's able to take one down. Not been traded yet. There's a second player in the site. Taz has somehow been able to avoid it the entire time. Turns back and catches Spiro, who could not get the angle. This will allow Neo in, and smartly he plants behind Pillar because they know they do not have water control. What they don't know as well is, oh, there it is. I was going to say that Furlan's going the direction that Bialy's trying to go as well, and didn't have his gun ready. I thought it might have been awkward, but he does get the kill in the end.
VP give Kinguin a taste of their own medicine there. 4B and one lurking towards long A. It's Pasha this time. Just as they show their presence towards the B side, Pasha strikes at A, finds a kill as well, and Taz doing a lot of good work. A perfect timing towards the B side. Finds players, backs turned towards him, and it will be a very, very crucial round indeed going forward. It's 12-12. Money's a breaking point for either side. I think Virtus.Pro probably have one buy in hand, considering that was quite a clean round, but this is going to be Kinguin now. Mihu taking a lot of damage. I think he must have pushed through the fire once again. He has to lead towards shore. This will be Neo striking first, and an equal exchange as Furlan takes down Pasha in return.
Snacks looking for an opportunity to get the shot and peek out towards Furlan behind the tree. Will do so with aid of Pasha, who threw the flash and then also peeked alongside of it. What a door-opening shot by Mihu. Opened and shut case. Court dismissed.
Yep, well, he's got control of B as well. Look how locked down that is. He's looking towards T-spawn. He's killed a player connector as well. And he can probably say to his teammates, you know what, I'm confident enough to stay B by myself. Let's see what Spiro can do. He's baited in towards that flower bed position. You can see his teammate Mouse on the minimap right now. Presumably at APC, just going to take a couple of pop shots there and see whether he can actually allow his teammate to be baited in. That's a one and done position, but if you have backup like a teammate like Snap Mouse is going to do, maybe you can get a couple more. It comes down to the real tight timings here.
Let's wait for the timing. Exactly that, as you mentioned, to fall to favor.
If they smoke him out, though, that's a problem. They smoke out where Mouse's position is right now.
Can't bait his teammate in.
It
happened to Pasha in the first half. There it is. First couple shots, tries to bait, but it's not deep enough. It's not far enough. Mouse does make up for it with a long shot onto Snacks. And given that Spiro did hit the first shot, it actually does favor them in trades. They know as well where Neo is, coming in with 15 HP. And Mouse is relocated to cover off default, just needs to take one shot. You knew where he was inside of that smoke, but couldn't land it.
That's actually really intelligent there from Spiro. Do you know why? Because as he gets a call that the smokes are going over the top, he strikes straight away. VP aren't going to be aware they haven't checked that position. As soon as they throw the smokes, he runs around the corner there. They're not going to be ready to take shots at that point. They're not going to be free-firing angles. They're just be getting their guns back out, ready to actually make the next move. Maybe even the knives as they're going forward to the bomb side there. He gets one. That's what he has to do. His teammates there able to spray them down as they're a little bit kind of caged at that stage. And it will be 13-12 as Kinguin take the lead once again. It's going to be a deagle for Snacks, 4 AKs. No one giving in and taking the full eco just yet. As Taz wants to go through this fire, flashes through, and it's going to be perfect. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, nearly catches the player jumping in behind bags as well. Smoke will now go down over toward the monster side. That's going to allow Bialy to work his way into the site. Taz himself is smoked off, but another massive gap in the smoke. He's going to realize it as well because he goes on the investigation and also can tell based on the radius of that. You're looking at that shot from Snacks to take down Rollin, but the radius of that smoke that it obviously wasn't far enough as it's deep inside of the fence.
Yeah, that was a rattling shot. Close range for Snacks in the connector there. I think we heard it.
Around the world.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 5-on-3 now. And we have got an incendiary, but not really much CD can do. This is a big round for them. It will mean an eco if they lose it. They want to save the weaponry at this point, but Spiro gives them a lifeline. He gets a kill at least, but he takes quite a lot of damage. Down to 12 HP he goes.
Mouse, gun barrel shown, Shadow as well. Knows Taz is there, tries to relay that information in time to Furlan, but he can't get a peek in. He's over to hold off Monster in an attempt not so much to keep the VP players from killing him from Monster, but to hold them at base so he can peek again onto sandbags, and Furlan's been able to buy that space and make it work regardless, even without the utility in doing so.
That was a 5-on-3 at one point, and Furlan going absolutely massive there. I was speculating at one point they have to maybe consider saving those weapons, and it's that one kill from Spiro. Like we said, it goes down to 12 HP, funnels him towards B. That's where they've got 2 CTs waiting as well. Perfect crossfire positions, and we're going to have to take another tactical pause at this point. Virtus.Pro up against it. Their money's going to be weak. Kinguin's well aware of that now, and they're in touching distance of taking the first map. And indeed, this series, if you want to look at it that way, each map contributes towards the league, I should say. And right now, money is not in a good situation. Kinguin, they get this time as well to work out how can we make sure we don't throw this scenario away. Let's at least guarantee overtime. We know their money. It's not going to be in a great state. They've only got second stage loss bonus, so that means at best, $1,900, maybe 2K across the board. We know they force-bought the last round, they had one player to Deagle, so this is looking very good for them right now. They don't necessarily have to go all in. They don't have to get everything required. They don't necessarily need an AWP or 5 M4s. They can bring a UMP to the party as well. Do Virtus.Pro force buy into this round, Matt? That's the big question. I mean, the pause comes in, so I guess we can jump back into it now, and I'll have a look at the buy, and it's going to be Taz. He's only purchased a P250. They will be going for the more conservative option. That's almost guaranteeing Kinguin overtime at this point. So that's actually really positive for them. I'll smoke the CTs there, take vision away from Monster Tunnel, and they will be getting a little bit aggressive here as well. The AWP has been purchased from Spiro.
Quick pre-fire from me, who is rolling as well as out in front of the bathrooms. Backing away, he hits a shot, but his teammate Furlan is tagged onto 21. The number 21. Featuring Jim Carrey. It's a bit scary as Taz will take down Rollin. That's a nice shot from Spiro. I was going to say things are going to get scary if Virtus.Pro continue to advance upon the site. Such a strong march, but a lovely shot from the AWP. Bialy does get Furlan in the end, but Spiro still on this AWP. As you say, looks to guarantee overtime. Careful not to trip over his teammate and take his backside off, but there it is, the 15th round for Kinguin.
Well, a lot of pressure towards Virtus.Pro, but we've seen some tremendous comebacks from these guys in the past. The major against North springs to mind recently on Cobblestone. Let's see whether they can do the same again to their own countrymen here. 15-12, 1 round required for Kinguin to take Overpass, 3 in a row to get us to overtime. Certainly possible with Virtus.Pro. That challenge. We'll see what happens here. Round number 13, we're going to have 5 AKs. And we set it to the conservative option, allowing themselves to get a nice full buy here. And Spiro with the AWP aggressive. He wants to be the one that shuts this down and find that first frag. Same booster Pasha was using, swing towards middle. Gonna get a lot of information, gives the position away, and that could be to his detriment there. Taz actually takes advantage of that. I'm not really sure why he's firing. He hasn't got anyone backing him up there. Just almost commits suicide. That's kind of nuts that he did that.
Ends up 2, but 2 peeking in return means Taz gets the shot on Rollin. They're going to start to rotate the bomb back over toward the A side of the map. Furlan's going to be the first to arrive to get back in position to try and wrap this up. Another 5 versus 3 for Virtus.Pro. Last time we saw this, you made mention of it at the end of the round. It was actually converted by Kinguin. It started off by getting, therefore, the next pick. It doesn't happen this time. It goes to 5 versus 2, and Pasha, taking Furlan down, is going to open up an alleyway that governs his entrance toward the site. Not only that, Mouse goes to the wrong side of that objective, and it's now Mihu at versus 5, and I say this goes 15-13, but I'm not a betting man, Henry.
I know you're not.
Still beating you in fantasy.
Is that a bet?
Similar form.
Yeah, well, it's still the last gameplay today of Fantasy League, so I've still got my night. My NA boys gonna prevail. I'm feeling it today.
I believe you.
We'll see what happens. At least Sydney Underground are winning. That's what I'm going to say.
That is true.
As usual.
Wow, it's true.
15-13, Virtus.Pro do pull one back. I have to say though, Matt, that's a really weird round for me. The AWPer, he's there. He's vulnerable, right? His smoke's just about to dissipate. He's got to fall back. He fires off a shot. Taz has already made his way in connector. It's almost a free kill at that point. You know he can't shoot for 1.5 seconds. So he was like, okay, well, he's got no one here. I'm just going to go and kill him. And he didn't have any awareness that could be a possibility. We said we wanted to eradicate risk there. Just finish the game off. And unfortunately, Spiro gives that frag away, and now they're on an eco. Very likely to get to overtime at this point. So they have P250 CZs, Snacks with the AWPers as well, and towards connector, waiting for someone to walk in his crosshair, and that could be a high possibility, but he decides to fall back.
Spiro and Rollin together, stacked with pistols. 2 is better than 1. And as such, they find a kill. The 2 of them combining to take down Bialy, but that's traded back by Taz. So no chance to grab the weapon or the advantage in the round, as Snacks will find Furlan and Mihu and Mouse. Eminem gonna try and sit back and wait for this one to end, I think, because Mouse just gets assassinated. Mihu get clever, maybe grab a gun. Neo's already on the case.
Nothing really to report in that round map. It's all leading to this moment. Round number 30. Fully came from Kinguin before, so trying to put all their eggs in this round. We'll see what happens as we go into a situation where we've got a double orb set up on the T side. A bit of a Hail Mary play from VP to finish things off here. Pasha and Snacks, they do this on a lot of maps, to be fair, and it does have a lot of success. It's certainly not traditional Counter-Strike, but we'll see what works for them here. And Snacks goes towards the connector once again, and his teammate Pasha will be toward long. Waiting for any sort of aggression coming at the start. Spiro back in the AWP himself. These are the interesting duel at the start. These weapons designed to open up the map for either side, as Snacks patiently waits towards the connector, doesn't find anything, will be falling back once again. You can see the CT buy though, no kits, no incendiaries, only 2 smokes remaining. They're relying on firepower alone here, so a rough round for them, and I would say at this point, looking very likely to go towards overtime.
Pasha gonna flash himself out toward long, waits for it to bloom, jumps around, makes sure he can bait out any shots going toward him, and that's gonna allow his teammates to advance. He now can sit like Brady and be better than that guy in the Atlanta Falcons as he lets his teammates push up long.
That guy.
Yay, American football. American football's a good band, at least. Spiro is gonna sit on the other side of the bathrooms with his AWP. The X-ray was leading because I thought they were walking into that direction. Instead, they're playing outside of the bathrooms themselves. He's got a small pixel gap to play off of, but he's curious as to where he's going to be approached from. And he misses the shot when it's presented. Has to hit that. You said it might go to overtime, and now he's confused, overwhelmed, and a little bit lost as his decision-making crumbles in a panic. It allows Taz to find the opening pick. And we're all in. He's going to start to push up toward long to try and compensate for that, but Pasha finds him. Mihu, the best chance to equalize things, gets found as well. Retake already unsuccessful in its first attempt. And 15-15 has itself written all over the walls. Bomb down, 1 player left. Mouse spraying desperately and taking that fight with Neo, which he doesn't win in the first place, also was allowing a flank for Pasha.
Well, it was 15-12, but there it is. Virtus.Pro, the kings of comebacks there. And I have to say, Spiro looked a little bit out of his depth towards the end there, trying to finish things single-handedly to begin with, then looking caged. He couldn't decide whether he wanted to go aggressive or sit back and be passive. It's the worst of both worlds. Caught with his knife out. Couldn't really do too much about it.
So, decent comeback from Virtus.Pro. A small one considering some of the ones we've seen from them throughout this year. And that means we go to MR3 overtime, 10K.
Yeah, that's going to be gutting for Kinguin. 15-12, 3 rounds to finish it off as well, and a round where VP had next to nothing, had AKs and a Deagle, and just those kind of small mistakes, like I was pointing out before, Spiro, the AWP, I feel like if you're going to go passive, let's just sit right back there. You know the money's a little bit weak, and then gives his frag away, and it felt like he was panicking towards the end there a little bit, but still, all reset. You need to just kind of take this time. At land, you give him 5 minutes at this sort of point, but I think we'll have a little bit of less of waiting time in an online game, but still, you have to just work out what you're going to do to finish this one off. And of course, like Lauren mentioned on the desk, it's Lord is the coach for Kinguin. Very familiar with the Virtus.Pro players back in the day. I'm sure he'll be kind of picking out the young lads up and just working out what went wrong towards the end there. Like, we haven't really seen too much in terms of like raw aggression. And we saw Mihu trying to push towards short a couple of times, getting a shot towards Monster Tunnel, but we haven't really seen a lot of like heavy long presence or anything like that. Maybe
do you know why there are no red balloons on the map?
Don't know. Go on.
And nothing. See, told you the bottles fall.
It falls over, yeah, you're right.
Nailed it.
Well, riddle has been solved.
It's like the 3 little bears.
Is it?
Who
How is
knocked
it?
over the beer bottles?
How is that anything like the 3 little bears?
Well, the porridge, someone's eaten mine.
Yeah.
Someone's laid in my bed, etc. Someone's drank all of my beer, which are in public.
Right.
Maybe they're Fritz Cola, because this is in Germany.
Yeah, we had that today.
Well, mine's actually still sitting
Other
over
cola
there.
is available.
I have pomegranate waiting for me. Do you know there's a dragon lore sitting down inside of that park?
I can see that now, yeah.
I still want Valve to do the skin. The dragon lore from Cobblestone and the dragon from the park, which we can see the flowers on top of the mural just over top of the wall, top right of picture. To do that skin's amazing. As we look back at some of the highlights, that was where they stacked up with the pistols inside of lower when they were on 15 to 13, excuse me, and Unfortunately, Taz came in and traded them both back, so therefore couldn't grab a gun off of that situation. But 15-15 is where we sit. They do manage to put this in overtime. Now, regulation overtimes do have some effect. It's not like, you know, NHL or NBA where you get a point for going to overtime, but round differential does play a factor at the end of the year. Should head-to-head and such not rule any equation. There's still something to gain from that.
Yeah, sure. Well, for anyone's not familiar with the rules, like Matt said, MR3 10K. CTs with a disadvantage in terms of the money. If you lose that first round as a CT, and especially you get like a double AWP set up there, you're going to be very limited. It could end up on pistols, even though you started with 10K in that first round. So you need to be very careful with your investments. A lot of CT teams won't even buy head armor, which is a wise decision. You don't want to buy a single set of head armor. It's very unlikely Terra's going to buy an SMG. You want to make sure you keep your money as strong as possible. Maybe even you get 2 or 3 kits, just to make sure you're not spending. That's the thing with CSGO. Like back in the day, the kits were $200. Now they're $400. So it's still an expensive part of the game. That's why sometimes it's a struggle to get them on the gun rounds. You need to work out what's going to be more important to you, defusing the bomb quickly or denying entrance to the bomb site with something like a smoke. We've got a small delay here. We'll work out what's going on. Should be underway. If you're just joining us, this is the first game of the final evening of week 1. It's Kinguin versus Virtus.Pro. It's the Polish derby. Up next, we do have GT versus Envious, the super team, go up against the not so super team. I guess like the best